Hi guys, I'm this sports broadcaster for today, and I'm gonna give you a recap on March 18th. We had 9 games on that day, and here we go. First game, we had the Ottawa Senators versus the Montreal Canadiens at the Bell Center in Montreal. And here we go. The two goalies that were against each other. For the Ottawa Senators, we had Linus Ullmark versus Sam Montembeault. First period, it was 1-0 Canadiens. Christian Dvorak assisted by Brendan Gallagher and David Savard. Then it was 1-1 Senators, tied it, goal by Jake Batherson, assist by Dylan Cousins. Past period 1. Moving on to period 2, we had Michael Matteo goal, assist by Travis Hamonic and Claude Giroux, 2-1 Senators. Moving on to the third period, Lane Hudson goal, assist by Jake Evans to make it 2-2 Canadiens. Then it was 3-2 Senators, a goal by Travis Hamonic, assisted by David Perron and Tyler Kelvin. Then the Canadiens tied it 3-3, a goal by Josh Anderson, assisted by Alexandra Carrier and Christian Dvorak. Then it was 4-3 Canadiens, a goal by Nick Suzuki, assisted by Brendan Gallagher and Emil Heineman. Then it was 5-3 Canadiens, a goal by Josh Anderson, his second goal of the night, assisted by Christian Dvorak and Jake Evans. Then it was 6-3 Canadiens, Brendan Gallagher goal, assisted by Christian Dvorak and Alexandra Carrier. That was empty net. The 5-3, that was empty net. And the 4-3 Canadiens was a power play goal, just that you guys all know. And it ended up being 6-3. And for Travis Hamonic, that was his first goal of the season. Congrats to him. Now, moving on to the second game. We had the Calgary Flames versus the New York Rangers in Madison Square Garden in New York City. We had Don Vadar in goalie for the Calgary Flames, and we had Igor Shesterkin in it for the New York Rangers. And let's get right into it. The first period, it was 1-0 Rangers. Artemi Panarin, assisted by Urho Vakanainen and Will Cooley. Then it was 1-1 Flames that tied it. A goal by Nazem Kadri, assisted by Mackenzie Weegar and Connor Zary. Then a power play goal came about. 2-1 Flames. Matt Coronato, assisted by Nazem Kadri and Mackenzie Weegar. And that game ended up being 2-1 Flames win. Moving on to our third game of the night. On the March 18th, we had the New York Islanders versus the Pittsburgh Penguins at PPG Arena in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. We had the two goalies for the teams. For the Islanders, we had Ilya Sorokin versus, for the Penguins, Tristan Jarry. And it was a really interesting game as the game went on. First period, we had Joona Koppanen, first goal for the Penguins, 1-0, assisted by Vladislav Koihonik, assisted by Chris Letang. Then it was 2-0 Pittsburgh. Sidney Crosby, assisted by Connor Timmins and Ryan Graves. Then, shortly after that, the third period came about. Second period had no goals at all. Third period, we had a goal by Kyle Palmieri to make it 2-1 Islanders. Then it was 2-2 Islanders to have tied it. A goal by Noah Dobson, assisted by Bo Horvat and Kyle Palmieri. Then it was 3-2 Islanders, a goal by Pierre Engvall, assisted by Noah Dobson and Hudson Fasching. Then it was a 4-2 empty net goal by the Islanders. Simon Holmstrom goal assisted by Kyle Palmieri, And that game ended up being 4-2 Islanders win. Then we go move on to our next game. The Detroit Red Wings versus the Washington Capitals at Capital One Arena in Washington, D.C., our state capital. The two goalies for the game, we had Peter Mrazek versus Logan Thompson. Let's get right into it, shall we? At this game, it was a very interesting game as well. And let's get right into it. First goal for first period. It was 1-0 Washington Capitals. A goal by Dylan Strome, assisted by John Carlson and Ramis Sadin. Then the Red Wings tied up to make it 1-1. Dylan Larkin, the captain, assisted by Ben Sherratt. Then, shortly after that, it was 2-1 Capitals. Goal by Pierre-Luc Dubois, assisted by Alexei Protas and Jacob Chychrun. Then it was 3-1 Capitals in the third period. Second period had nothing. This is the third period. Tom Wilson had a goal, assisted by Alexei Protas and Martin Fehervary to make it 3-1 Capitals. Then it was 4-1 Capitals. Connor McMichaels, assisted by the captain, Alex Ovechkin and Dylan Strome. And that game ended up being 4-1 Capitals win. We're moving on straight along to the next game. We have the St. Louis Blues versus the Nashville Predators at Bridgestone Arena in Nashville. For the Blues, we had Joe Hofer versus Yossi Saros of the Nashville Predators. Here we go. Let's get right into it. First period, it was 1-0 St. Louis Blues. Power play goal. A goal by Justin Falk, assisted by Dylan Holloway and Jake Neighbors. It was 2-0 Blues. A goal by Jake Neighbors, assisted by Justin Falk and Robert Thomas. And that was the first period. Second period goes along. It was 3-0 Blues. Goal by Jordan Kyrou, assisted by Dylan Holloway and Cam Fowler to make it 3-0 Blues. Shortly after that, the Predators, Nashville, scores a goal. Brady Shea to make it 3-1, assisted by Steven Stamkos and Philip Forsberg. After that, third period, it was 4-1 St. Louis Blues. A goal by Jordan Kyrou and assisted by Dylan Holloway. And take a rebound to the Islanders and Pittsburgh game. Forgot to tell you guys. Sidney Crosby passes Wayne Gretzky for his fourth most point all time with one franchise, with the Pittsburgh Penguins. It's at 1,670th point. So that's for Sidney Crosby for the Pittsburgh Penguins. Forgot that news. My bad. And then we move on to the next game, which is we had the Dallas Stars versus the Anaheim Ducks at American Airlines Center in Dallas. We had Lucas Dostal in net for the Ducks, and we had Jake Ottinger in net for the Dallas Stars. Let's get right into this game, shall we? It was 1-0 Stars. Power play goal. Wyatt Johnson, assisted by Tom Harley and Ropa Hintz. That was in the first period. It was 1-0. Stayed there until the second period. Nikita Nesterenko and Pavel. Goal by Nikita Nesterenko, assisted by Pavel Michkov, assisted by Mason McTavish to make it 1-1. Ducks tie it. And then there was 2-1 Stars. Mikael Granlund, assisted by Matt Duchene and Mason Marchman. Then it was 2-2, a power play goal by the Ducks. Leo Carlson, assisted by Ryan Strome and Troy Terry. Then it was 3-2 Ducks. We had a penalty shot on this one. It was 5 for slashing Oscar back on the Leo Carlson during a breakaway. He got slashed during a breakaway. It was a penalty shot, and he scored the penalty shot to make it 3-2 Ducks. Leo Carlson, unassisted. Then it was 3-3 in the third period. Stars have tied it. Tom Harley, assisted by the captain Jamie Benn and Maverick Bjork. Then it was they went to overtime for the Stars. It was 4-3. Stars win. Mikael Granlund, his second goal of the night, assisted by Tom Harley and Ropa Hintz. And that game ended up being 4-3. The Dallas Stars went at home. We'll move right along to the next game. We had the Seattle Kraken versus the Chicago Blackhawks. We had Joey Decor in net for the Seattle Kraken versus Spencer Knight of the Chicago Blackhawks. Let's get right into this one. This one was a really, really interesting one as well. A lot of goals in this one, so let's get right into the goals. Let's give you them. It was first period, Connor Bedard, 1-0 Blackhawks power play goal, assisted by Artemin Leshnov and Tyler Bertuzzi. Then it was 2-0 Blackhawks Chicago. Tyler Bertuzzi goal, assisted by Alex Vlasic and Lucas Reichel. Then it was 2-1 Kraken. They cut the lead in half. It was Adam Larson, assisted by Matty Beniers and Jaden Schwartz. Then it was 2-2. Kraken have tied it. A goal by the captain, Jordan Eberle, assisted by Chandler Stevenson and Jamie Alexiak. Then it was 3-2 Kraken in the second. Jared McCann, assisted by Andrei Burakovsky. 3-2 Kraken. Moving on. It was 4-2 Kraken. Matty Beniers, assisted by Adam Larson and Vince Dunn. Then it was 5-2 Kraken. Shane Wright. Goal, assisted by Michael Lissima and Brandon Montour. And then it was 6-2 Kraken. Can you believe it? Shane Wright, second goal of the game for the Kraken, assisted by Adam Larson and Andrei Burakovsky. And that game ended up being 6-2 Kraken win. We're moving right along. We have the Utah Hockey Club, the newest team in the NHL, versus the Edmonton Oilers at Rogers Place in Edmonton, Alberta. For the Utah Hockey Club, goaltender, we had Kirill Vejmelka versus Oilers' Calvin Pickard. And let's get right into the first period. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins scores for the Oilers to make it 1-0, unassisted, shorthanded goal. Then it was right after that, 2-0 Oilers. Zach Hyman, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, and assisted by the captain, Connor McDavid. 3-0 Oilers in the first. Connor McDavid, the captain, assisted by Evan Bouchard and Matthias Ekholm. Moving right along to the second period. Zach Hyman, 4-0 Oilers, assisted by Matthias Ekholm and, of course, Connor McDavid. 4-0. Then it was 5-0 Oilers. Vasil Potsovin, assisted by Ryan Nugent-Hopkins. Make it 5-0. Then it was 5-1 Utah gets on the board. Sean Durzi, assisted by Logan Cooley and Michael Carcone. Then, shortly after that, in the third period, it was 6-1 Oilers. Matthias Ekholm, goal, assisted by Zach Hyman. 6-1 Oilers. Then it was 7-1 Oilers. A complete domination. Goal by Victor Arvidsson. And that game ended up being Oilers win 7-1. We're moving right along. We have after that, and then Jackson Strubel replaces Kirill Vejmelka at the net in the second period because it wasn't going good for Utah. They needed a change, and they changed their goalie, and of course, apparently that one didn't really go as they planned. But they'll get it next time. Moving on to the next game, we have the Winnipeg Jets versus the Vancouver Canucks at Rogers Arena in Vancouver, British Columbia. We have Connor Hellebuck in goal for the Winnipeg Jets versus Kevin Lankinen for the Vancouver Canucks. Let's get right into it. First period, we had Drew O'Connor, 1-0 Canucks, assisted by the captain, Quinn Hughes, and Teddy Bluger. Shortly after that, it was 1-1 Jets to tie it, to cut the lead, to tie it up. It was Nikolai Ehlers, assisted by Vladislav Nemestikov, 1-1 Jets. Then it was 2-1 Canucks, power play goal. Brock Besser, assisted by no other than Quinn Hughes and Jonathan Lidermaki. Then, after that, it was 3-1 Canucks. Niels Höglander goal, assisted by Brock Besser and Elias Pettersson. Shortly after that was the first period. Shortly after the second, this is the second period. Alex Alafio made it 3-2 Jets, assisted by Brandon Tanev and Luke Schenn. Then it was 4-2 Canucks. Brock Besser, his second goal of the night, assisted by Marcus Pettersson and Niels Höglander. Then it was 5-2 Canucks. Pius Suter, assisted by Kiefer Sherwood and Jake DeBrusk, to make it 5-2. Then it was an empty net. It was 6-2 Canucks, empty net goal by Pius Suter, his second goal of the night, to make it 6-2 Canucks and to seal the deal and make it win it for the Canucks. And that game ended up being 6-2 Canucks to win at home. And that now ended for the 9 games that we had on March 18th. We're moving right along to March 19th. That'll be up later. Hope you guys like the NHL game updates, and yeah, can't wait to give you guys more. I'll see you next time.